Call of Duty Black Ops 6 has been out for about 2 weeks now. You already have your two boxers, your streamers, your motherfucking unemployed people, hackers. All of them are already on the game, dropping 100 kills and 3 deaths and 3 nukes in one game. All of that is happening. Everybody's prestige level 7, 8, 9, prestige master level 200. How are you supposed to compete? How are you supposed to compete? Skill-based matchmaking is already a problem. Okay, you get put into these lobbies, these artificial lobbies. Call of Duty has an artificial system to keep you on the game, but at the same time, it makes you want to get the fuck off the game. You get me? You get me because you experienced this shit, and I experienced it too. But in this video, I'm gonna be giving y'all 10 tips and tricks to help you get better at the game and have more fun in this artificial world of competitiveness that we're in. Now, by no means am I any type of pro player or, streamer or nothing like that. I'm just somebody that likes to get on the game and have a little fun. I have dark matter. I'm Prestige 1. I have a 1.5 KD. That's not that crazy. I have 64 hours played. I get on the game casually. I have a fucking full-time job. Okay? I have a full-time job and a girlfriend that I got to cater to. All right? I'm not getting on here to be grinding or nothing like that. I'm just here to have a little fun. So don't get me wrong. I am not the greatest player in the fucking world. I'm not. I know I'm not. I got 2 gameplays in the background for you so you can watch as I'm talking and everything like that. But I'm not all that. Let me just say that. I'm not all that. But I do think the tips that I have could definitely help out the other casuals and things like that. It's just simple stuff. It's really easy. It's nothing crazy. Nothing. You don't gotta put hella hours in to get good and have fun of the game. That's all I'm saying. So, without further ado, let's get into tip number 1. And tip number 1 is going to be warm-ups. When you're coming home from school, you do your fucking homework. You want to get on the game for a little bit, maybe a couple hours, whatever. It's the weekend. You're trying to stay on all night. Warm up. Go into your private match. Put some bots in the game. I recommend going on Nuketown. It's the smallest map. Why not? Add the map on there. Got directional map. And just shoot the bots for 5 to 10 minutes. Or, keep going until you get 100 kills, 200 kills, 300 kills. Aiming, all of that, all the gameplay is pretty much muscle memory at that point. Aiming is one of the most important mechanics in the game. In any first-person shooter game, you want to be able to aim. You want to be able to hit the motherfuckers that you're trying to hit. You feel me? It's not that simple. It's not hard. It's a very simple concept. You want to be able to hit people around you and things like that. Now, obviously, bots are not going to be moving around like these Prestige 7s in your lobbies. But once you get all of the timings down and all the different cadences and things like that, you warm up for a while, your hands get a little warm. Trust me, it's a real thing. You might get on the game, your hands are literally cold, and you just like, what the hell am I doing on the map? So warm up, get that muscle memory back, and just pay attention. And I'm a firm believer in practice how you play. Don't be trying to be all casual with it and just sitting there and, move around, slide cancel, do everything like that. All of the stuff you see, do it while you practice. So then once you get into a lobby, however the skill-based matchmaker wants to treat you that day, you'll be a little bit more prepared. Because you're getting, like I said, you're getting on the game with motherfuckers that are unemployed, that have been playing and shit since 2 in the morning. And you just got home from school. It's 4 o'clock. You just got home from work. It's 6 o'clock. They already been on for over 12 hours. They already warmed up. They only ate one time. They only took one shower in the past 2 weeks. You can't compete. So, get into the private match, shoot them bots, and figure things out. And all of that goes in the tip number 2. Tip number 2 is going to be find settings that work for you. Going into private match, playing with all the different controller settings and the sensitivities and the dead zones and the movement settings and things like that, all of that is going to help you in the long run. Do not, do not, there is no reason to be doing this. Do not look up what other people are using. Gaming is subjective, especially competitive gaming. There is no perfect sense. There's no perfect movement settings or anything like that. Like I said before, it's all muscle memory. You can go ahead and listen to somebody else, put it on, 6 6 7 7 5 5, whatever somebody's playing with. You put enough time into it, you get used to it, and it'll more than likely work after a while. But play around with it. Get in a private match, you're warming up. That's a perfect time to start tweaking your settings a little bit. You know, it's all, like I said, it's all muscle memory. You get used to it, and that's pretty much it. I mean, I put some of my settings in there. I'm pretty sure most of the people on YouTube and things like that, they play on like a little bit lower senses, like 6 6 7 7 5 5, whatever, things like that. Do whatever works for you. Now, if you're playing on 2-1 and 3-2, I don't know if I would really recommend that. I will say the game is extremely fast paced, so a higher sense is definitely going to benefit you more than a lower sense. But I digress. You use whatever you want to use. Okay? So, on to tip number 3. Okay, tip number 3 is going to be watch other people play on YouTube. There are millions of Call of Duty videos right now on YouTube. Just watch somebody play. Watch how they play. Watch how they move. Watch their positioning. You know, things like that. How fast are they playing? Does it seem like their sense is high, low? Listen to the type of things they're saying. These pros and stuff, there are people on there that are actually really good, that are not too boxing. I promise. You'll be able to tell. Watch people on YouTube. Watch people on Twitch. Watch people stream. You get in people's streams, you ask questions. What are you doing to get better? What is your first 10 minutes on the game looking like? Are you warming up? Things like that. Ask questions. Sometimes they might not answer, don't get me wrong. They got hella egos, okay? But, it doesn't hurt to ask. Watch people play. Watch how they're moving around the map. Watch where they're pre-gaming. Watch where they're pre-firing. Watch what score streaks they're using. Watch what guns they're using. And the guns that they're using, all of that goes into tip number 4. Tip number 4, try different guns. It will benefit you to try different types of weapons. But it will also benefit you to find the best weapons. Go on YouTube, look up your best class setups, things like that. I'm sure most people are already doing that. But don't just stick to whatever everybody else is using. These guys are on the game for 18 hours a day. So obviously, the gun is going to look a lot better in their hands than yours. And that's just okay. It is what it is. You put your time in. You tweak out the attachments a little bit if you have to. You go in your Call Immunity meta app. You look at that. You're like, I don't really like that. I'm going to tweak this. Boom, boom, boom. That's cool. Whatever works for you. At some point, you're going to figure out what type of guns you like, type of attachments you like, type of perks you like, all of that type of stuff. And then the game is just going to be simple. Now you're going to be ready. You're warmed up. You got your settings. You watch somebody else play on this map. Whatever, you got your gun. And then it just becomes smooth sailing after that. So, ain't really too much about that. Find the best guns. Look at YouTube videos on the best guns. There is no... The game is balanced, but there's clearly guns that are a lot better than other guns. SMGs, assault rifles, snipers, marksman rifles, whatever you want to use. There are clearly guns that are going to be better than other guns. Like I said, these pros and, these people that do this for a living, or people that do not have a living, they just play the game, they will be a lot better than you with certain guns. And that's just okay. It is what it is. But that doesn't mean that you can't find it too. So, let's get into tip number 5. Tip number 5. Back to people being better than you. and skill-based matchmaking being very artificial. See, artificial experience on Call of Duty now. It just is what it is. It's been like that for a few years now. We just can't escape it. So how do you beat that without two boxing or cheating? Well, one way is to fucking leave. I mean, it ain't really nothing else to it. Do not hesitate to leave games if it's too tough. It's really simple. If the lobby that you're in is full of prestige 5s and up, and you're only prestige 1, level 27, and you're getting slammed, don't hesitate to leave. It's okay. Nobody's watching you. Streamers leave games all the time. If you watch them play for a few hours or whatever, you will see them leaving lobbies. It happens to the best players that aren't cheating or manipulating the skill-based matchmaking system. They are leaving lobbies. It's completely fine. Leave the lobby, get into another lobby because, like I said, the system is artificial. It wants you to stay on the game for the longest amount of time. So it sees you getting slammed, even if you decide to stay. So you getting slammed maybe a game, 2 games, 3 games in a row. The next game is probably going to be a lot better. If you're at a 1.2 KD, in the last 3 games you got a 0.6. Your next game, you're probably going to get like a 2.7. That's pretty much like what happens. And then after you get that 2.7, then you might, in the next game, you'll probably get like a 2.0, maybe a 1.8. In that next game, you're back down to a 0.32. So, manipulate it a little bit, leave the games. It sees that you left the game. They think, oh shit, he left the game. This lobby is a little bit too hard. Let's throw him a bone. Let's give him a 1.7 KD type of thing. Real simple. And it works. So don't hesitate to do that. That's all I'm saying. So, tip number 6. Tip number 6 is take the time to learn map layouts, spawns, or you could just stick to one map. Me personally, I really like playing on Nuketown. They added Nuketown 24/7, so I'm gonna play that motherfucker 24/7, more often than not. Now before that, I was playing Face Off. Pretty much only playing 2 maps, Warhead and Stakeout. I'm not a big fan of the other regular core maps. I do like the snipe, so sometimes I get on there, regular core, hardpoint, domination, TDM, things like that. Sometimes, but I'm not a big fan of those maps. So, more often than not, most of my hours are on Nuketown, Stakeout, or Warhead, and that's okay. I know the maps well. I have 60-something hours on the game, all on those maps, so shit, I had fun with it. But you might not like Nuketown. It's too fast. You might not like Stakeout. Way too fast. Warhead, it's just not your style. You want to play regular core, TDM, hardpoint, kill confirm, whatever, do that. But pay attention to the spawns. Slow down a little bit while you're playing. Realize where your team is. Look at that map in the top left. Realize where your team is. Think about where the other team is. Most of the time, if you are on a part of the map and you don't see any of those blue arrows around you, you're probably around a lot more enemies than anything. Nuketown, for example, well, the counter UAV just went off, but I know for a fact that I'm in their spawn right now because my team is behind me. You can see it. You can see all of the blue things in front of me. My team is behind me, so I know I'm in their spawn right now. That's just simple map knowledge, simple things that you pick up along the way. You're watching other people. Like I said, you pay attention to their position and things like that. You're looking at their map. As they're looking at their map, you should be looking at your map. You should be looking at your map every few seconds in the game. You'll get used to it. I know it seems like, well, how the hell am I supposed to kill anybody looking at the map? I get it. Look at the map, get your information, and you adapt to that, and that's pretty much all it is. So take the time to do that, and things will get a lot easier for you. It's really at some point it's really all common sense. But don't get me wrong, the spawns do get crazy. I complain about it a lot. I play Nuketown. The spawns are fucking insane, insufferable. sometimes. They just flip and flip and flip and flip. They're spawning over here, they're spawning over there, they're spawning there. It's crazy. But that's alright. It gets frustrating. All of that goes into tip number 7. Tip number 7. Try your best to not get frustrated. Just keep on trying. Now listen, people that know me, people that play the game with me, they know I have an extreme temper. That's because I am very competitive at almost everything I do. But I'm starting to learn to just relax, let the game be what it is, maybe complain a little bit. But I'm gonna keep playing more often than not if I don't have anything else to do. So, just keep trying. As you get better, it'll get a little easier to just kind of just like, okay, whatever. That's just because sometimes it's the game, sometimes it's you. So you got to realize that sometimes, and that's there's nothing wrong with it being you. Sometimes everybody dies except for 2 boxers, of course, and cheaters. They don't die. But if you're a casual player, you're gonna die. Especially if you're just starting, you're gonna die a lot. But that's okay. It is what it is. At some point, you play the game enough, you're just gonna start to realize what type of things work, what type of things don't work. When the game is gonna give you these kills and when it's not. And you just gotta expect the unexpected. Because like I said, all of it's artificial. Skill-based damage and variable damage and hit detection is a thing. It's a real thing. They have tested this. So it just is what it is at this point. Yeah. But there is a way to make it a little bit easier. Just a little bit. And that goes into tip number 8. Now, tip number 8 is going to be play with other people in your party. Play with a friend, brother, sister, mother, father, grandfather, robot, dog. Play with somebody. More often than not, the lobbies are going to be easier when you're partied up with 2 people, 3 people. You know what I mean? It's just the way that the skill-based matchmaking works. Because it tries to put you... Skill-based matchmaking already tries to put you with people in your skill level. But when you're mixing the skill levels into one lobby, whoever's the host of it, doesn't matter, it'll start to twist itself a little bit. So now it's kind of like mixed. So like maybe you have like a 1.5 KD, maybe your friend is like a 1.2, or maybe a 1.7. It's gonna like kind of mix it there, but it's also gonna try to put you in lobbies with other parties, especially if you're in like a 6-man. It's going to try its best to put you against another 6-man, maybe 5. It's gonna try its best to do that, but at the same time, the lobby is gonna be a little bit easier more often than not than if you were playing by yourself. So I always recommend playing with somebody. If you can't find somebody to play with, then maybe just go on a Discord or something. Find. I'm always down to play with new people. So if you want to play with me, that's fine too. I don't care. I'll play with anybody. It's okay. Yeah. Well, I recommend playing with other people. It'll make your life a little bit easier, and you'll probably have a little bit more fun. You're talking, especially if you're with your friends, people that you actually know. You're talking with them, you're talking to them about the game or whatever it is. Me and my uncle, Kev, we play the game together a lot. We just have fun. We get on there, we joke around or whatever. We complain together. It's just, we just want to have fun. So, yeah, I recommend doing that. So, we got 2 more left. Let's get into tip number 9. Tip number 9. Now, it's kind of silly, but don't do too much with the movement, please. Do not turn your sense up and your FOV up to 120 to be going around looking like a fucking headless chicken because you see all the clips on TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. Don't fucking do it. Stick to your play style, please. I'm begging you. I get it. It's tempting, all of the Omni movement and things like that. But more often than not, most of the gunfights you get into, you do not need all that. Learn how to slide cancel. Learn how to jump and aim. Learn how to slide cancel, jump and aim. Drop shotting works more often than not. A lot of people don't know how to switch down. That's something that I've learned. I drop shot a lot. Drop shot, jump shot, all of that type of stuff. But you don't have to do too much of the movement, bro. You just really don't. I promise. And sometimes it'll be in your favor. You get a nice little slide. Slide around somebody. You might jump over somebody, things like that. But you don't need to be fucking, you know, fucking breaking your stick like this. You don't need to be doing it. And why whine? This is no point. You're not going for clips. You're trying to have fun. It's just stupid. So, yeah. Now to our last tip. To number 10. And the last tip in this video is going to be have fun with it. That is the point of playing the game. Have a little fun, be a little competitive, do what you like to do. Like I said earlier, I like to snipe. I've always liked to snipe. It's just fun. I watch other people snipe. It's just fun. It's very satisfying. Sniping isn't the greatest in this game. I'm not the greatest sniper at all, but I like to do it. It's fun. So try things that you like. You want to do a melee only gameplay? If that's fun to you, do that. You want to snipe? Do that. You want to use all the meta guns to have fun? Do that. Nobody's gonna judge you. And if they do, fuck them. Have fun with the game. That's the only way you're gonna come back to it. You might as well do what you like. Have fun with it. You're gonna get frustrated while you're having fun too. But try your best to just have fun. Simple as that. Don't think about it too much. You're not doing this for a living. Just relax. Chill. There's a reason you're on this video, where you're having problems. So, just have fun with it a little bit. Take all the other 9 tips that I brung in. Just use them to have fun with the game. That's all you can really ask for. Get on the game, after school, after work, whatever. You want to have fun. That's all. Get your class together, get your settings together, warm up, play with friends, watch other people play the game, things like that, ask questions. So simple. So simple. Alright, that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys like the video, please like the video. If you want more tips and tricks videos, or, class setup videos, subscribe. I'm going to be uploading those type of things too. Leave me comments on any type of other videos you would like to see. I'm a small channel. I'm just trying to grow my channel. That's all, but I'm trying to help you guys out. I feel like I have some type of knowledge. I've been playing Call of Duty for a good amount of time. I'm just trying to help other people out. And, trying to make sure everybody enjoying the game. Because sometimes it's hard to enjoy this motherfucker. Okay, skill-based matchmaking kind of ruin that. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. New season comes out next week, or the first season comes out next week. But, these tips I didn't want to do anything like too specific. So these tips will definitely bring over into the new season to make life a lot easier. But like I said, like the video. If you want to see more stuff like this, subscribe. And yeah, that's it for me. Deuces.